on, let me fix my mustache. I gotta look good for this.
Welcome to Acerta Debates. Today we are asking, is Statistical Process Control, or SPC, still sexy? SPC was invented in the 1920s and has long been considered the gold standard to improve manufacturing processes. But does it still stand up today? Arguing for that SPC is still sexy is Acerta's VP of Customer Success, Aaron Alberts. Arguing against is Rob Plumridge, Product Manager. Rob, are you ready for your opening arguments?
I am.
All right.
So I think when we think about is SPC still sexy, we have to think, what is the definition of sexy? Sexually attractive, exciting, appealing? I don't know if we can say that about SPC. Maybe it's a niche turn on that your other friends who you went to school with, your work colleagues, yeah, you can get excited about a conversation about SPC, the run chart you ran to be able to solve a problem. But as soon as you get out of that little circle, it falls flat in its face. What is sexy in manufacturing today is something that we've all experienced, AI. The ability to be able to solve these complex problems that we were never able to before with SPC. SPC is looking at individual signals to try to contain and control everything on your line. It's very manual, very methodical, and it takes loads of time. We have new tools today that are sexy and exciting. When I go out and I'm at the cocktail party with my spouse and somebody finds, oh, you're a manufacturing engineer, they're quickly going to talk about the weather. As soon as they know that you're providing an AI solution, they want to talk to you. They want to learn about what you're solving, how you're solving it. What does AI actually mean? And for automotive manufacturing, it means in solving problems in a time frame that you never would have thought of before. Because we can look at your whole line in one and be able to process exactly what's happening. SPC required mind-numbing time in an Excel spreadsheet and Minitab, and it's complex, it's full of these holes, whereas AI is able to accelerate your problem solving like never seen before. That's sexy.
Okay, strong arguments from Rob. Aaron, let's hear what you got.
Okay. Excuse me. So I don't disagree, Rob, that AI has a place in manufacturing. I don't disagree that it's shiny and glitzy and cool to look at. Where I have a problem is that the majority of people that I see using technology to solve problems and trying to address problems in their manufacturing space are not in need of a new fancy laser beam to solve the problems. What they need are some of the tools that have existed in their tool belt for the last 100 years. SPC on its face is a very effective tool for solving problems. Where I see people struggling is that they've implemented it wrong, or they're still using the same technology with regards to SPC that they were using 40 years ago, right? You can do it better today. You don't need AI to monitor run charts, send you alerts, things like that in the background. Modern implementations of software that incorporate both AI and SPC already take care of that for you without having to touch the AI side of the solution at all. So I think if we want to think about the importance of SPC, it's critically important for not just being able to solve, like being the foundational layer of how you solve problems, but it's also critically important for people who do decide they want to get into the AI side of solving problems in their manufacturing space. How are they going to validate whether or not what the computer told them is true? They're going to come back to those same methods that they learned in school, that their parents learned in school, those foundational building blocks of, is this true? Can I trust this? How do I know? SPC is how you know. That's just how you do it. So I do think it's still sexy. I think it's enormously important. I just think it's been misapplied. And there are a lot of people out there that are like, yes, we do SPC, and they're doing it the exact same way they did it 40 years ago. And that's where I think the problem exists with SPC today.
Bringing some sober realities to the conversation, Aaron Alberts. Rob, are you ready to deliver your rebuttal?
I am. Yes, SPC is foundational. It's a lot of issues do happen and are experienced based on poor implementation. But I don't think that doing the basics right is sexy. There's nothing sexy about putting your pants on one leg at a time or tying your shoelaces, right? Those are the basics that we need to do to go out in public and not be laughed at or arrested for indecent exposure. It's not sexy to not put your pants on. So doing SPC, yes, it's foundational, it's important. I'd never tell a manufacturing engineer or quality person to throw SPC out. But if we want to really move forward, right? Automotive manufacturing is hugely competitive. Companies leave it because it's too hard, the margins are too small, there's too many people fighting for business. Well, we need to bring high-tech solutions to a high-tech industry. And that's why I think that AI is actually what's sexy when we look at controlling and improving our product quality and our manufacturing processes. Not to overlook the fact that SPC is highly reactive as opposed to proactive, right? There's nothing about SPC that's going to be able to say, hey, there's this relationship that's happening here. I can learn from your past experiences. You can train me about what's happened in the past to prevent that from happening in the future. So to me, the sexy opportunity, the sexy thing in manufacturing right now is AI.
Bringing some enlightenment back to the argument. Thanks, Rob. Aaron, your final arguments.
Thanks. Listen, a couple of things about that. Firstly, if you put your pants on backwards because you don't know which side is the front or which side is the back, nobody is going to say, look at that sexy bloke walking around. They're going to be like, look at that numbskull who put his pants on backwards, right? AI gets implemented in manufacturing and across production spaces today in such ham-fisted, poorly thought out ways that it ends up catching on fire, and it's not sexy anymore. It's ugly. It's, man, get that out of here. I don't even know what that's telling me. It doesn't even make any sense, right? AI is a cool tool someday when you have the basics and the foundations correct, right? AI, training an AI model against a data set that is garbage produces a garbage output. You don't need AI to tell you your data is broken or is incomplete or is labeled wrong. SPC can accomplish that for you right now, today, without data scientists, without advanced teams of people building you models for use cases that only they care about, right? SPC is a tool that you can use right now to solve your problems in a fast, effective way, especially in the more modern implementations of SPC software, where it can monitor everything for you and provide you with alerts and understanding of what's happening on your line.
Thank you very much, Aaron, for that impassioned response. Now it's time to decide who is the winner of this debate. And is SPC still sexy? And I have decided that while SPC is not still sexy, it is an integral part of the manufacturing process and probably will remain that way for a long time. Thank you so much, Aaron Alberts and Robert Plumridge, for joining me in this debate. Take care.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Angela.